A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke, chapter 10, verses 1 to 12. The Lord appointed 72 others and sent them out ahead of him in pairs to all the towns and places he himself was to visit. He said to them, "The harvest is rich, but the laborers are few. So ask the Lord of the harvest to send laborers to his harvest. Start off now, but remember, I'm sending you out like lambs among wolves. Carry no purse, no haversack, no sandals. Salute no one on the road. Whatever house you go into, let your first words be, 'Peace to this house.' And if a man of peace lives there, your peace will go and rest on him. If not, it will come back to you. Stay in the same house, taking what food and drink they have to offer, for the laborer deserves his wages. Do not move from house to house. Whenever you go into a town where they make you welcome, eat what is set before you. Cure those in it who are sick, and say that the kingdom of God is very near to you. But whenever you enter a town and they do not make you welcome, go into its streets and say, 'We wipe off the very dust of your town that clings to our feet, and leave it with you.' Yet be sure of this, the kingdom of God is very near. I tell you, on that day it will not go as hard with Sodom as with that town." The Gospel of the Lord. It seems here that Jesus appointed his disciples to go in pairs ahead of him to the towns that he himself was going to visit. And then he gives them a set of rituals, a set of processes, a set of SOPs that they need to do in these towns. And at last and not least, he says if they accept what you have to offer, then good for them. And I guess he will come and continue his preaching. And if not, shake the dust off your feet and they will be cursed. What we can learn from here is that when we are on a mission to get something done and we cannot do these things ourselves, we are to get our marketeers and send them in pairs ahead of us. And these marketeers are to be given a set of SOPs, a set of rituals that they are to follow very, very closely, so that there's consistency, there's a certain branding in the way we do our things. And then at the end, they are to not be bothered about those who have rejected them, and not to take them in personally. It's nothing personal, because Jesus is giving the assurance to them that they will be dealt with in their time, and they will be dealt with in a very severe way. So it gives them a certain sense of satisfaction that, you know, it's your own doing if you don't buy my story, my product, my service, whatever it is you're selling. And then Jesus will come later and close the deal, so to speak. So what we are to learn is that the groundwork needs to be done prior to you closing the deal, so that you don't have to do everything. The groundwork needs to be done prior to that. And the groundwork is best done in pairs. You send off people in pairs so that they have companionship, they have someone to talk to, someone to bounce ideas off, someone to encourage them, and someone's shoulder to cry on if they need encouragement. Send them in pairs. Then please keep your SOPs very clear, very succinct, so that you have a very, very certain standard of marketing, and the standard is consistent. Whatever you do, whatever standard you have is consistent, because it's the way you do it. And Make sure there will be discouragement in whatever they do. Make sure there is also a SOP for rejection, because rejection can be very demoralizing for the soul. So keep a SOP very clear for a case of being demoralized. If you do these things, that is a very good marketing strategy. And those are my thoughts for today, based on the Bible reading of Luke chapter 10 verses 1 to 12.